Do you want to wake up feeling like you're stepping into who you're meant to be, into the best possible version of you? What if I told you that the key to your best life, health, and happiness are all around you? You just have to find what works for you. I'm Hope Pedraza, and I believe that there isn't just one way to live a healthy and meaningful life, and that all you need is a little inspiration to make changes that last from the inside out. Each week, I'll be sharing tangible tips and inspirational interviews to help you on your journey. These are the steps to take to improve your life and live with purpose. This is Hopeful and Wholesome. Hey y'all, and welcome back to Hopeful and Wholesome. I am here today solo. Just come on to talk about a plant-based diet. Surprise, surprise, I know. But I am going to talk today about how a plant-based diet can help you lose weight and protect against obesity. And I feel like, I talk a lot about fad diets and trendy diets and stuff. And, I get a little tired of talking about it because I just feel like you hear it from everywhere, right? But the truth is, no matter how annoying it is to hear about them, tons of people are still following them and being unsuccessful with them. And there's a lot of reasons for that, which it's like a whole episode for probably, 10 other episodes. But point is, I feel like there's a lot of skepticism around using a plant-based diet to lose weight because of a lot of myths and misconceptions, which, I've talked about before. If you want to go back and look at a couple other episodes, in episode, I think it's 35, I talk about some plant-based myths. And that leads to a lot of skepticism around how a plant-based diet really can work to help you lose weight. And I talk to a lot of people every day, like online, having conversations with people and asking me questions and just kind of curious. And I get this over and over again is, they're afraid about carbs or they're not getting enough protein or whatever. So today I want to talk about, now there's more than this, but today I'm just going to talk about three ways that a plant-based diet can protect against obesity and help you lose weight. These are all things that are backed by science. So this isn't like I've made these up or, it happened to somebody that I work with and I'm like, oh, this worked once. No, this is like backed by actual scientific studies. And I think this is important because we talk about losing weight, which is important. It does have its importance in our health and our overall well-being. There is such thing as a healthy weight. But most of the time, and I say this a lot of time in my program, it's more than that. It's a lot deeper than that. And, weight could be kind of the physical thing that's going on, but there's a lot of things going on under the surface that need to be addressed. And that's really what we're talking about. We're talking about how a plant-based diet can help you lose weight and protect against obesity. So let's get into these three things. The first thing is that it helps lower cholesterol and body fat. So here's the thing. Plant-based foods are full of fiber. And in fact, plant-based foods are the only place you can get fiber. You can't get fiber from animal-based foods. It only comes from plants. And the breakdown of this fiber in our gut produces what are called short-chain fatty acids. Now, these short-chain fatty acids help lower cholesterol because they have direct control over the enzymes in cholesterol and how it forms by helping your body excrete more cholesterol in the bile. So I'll explain it again. These short-chain fatty acids lower your cholesterol because it has direct control over the enzymes in cholesterol. So it helps your body excrete more in the bile. That's how it helps lower cholesterol. Now, in addition to this, it also helps suppress fat accumulation because it activates a receptor in your fat cells that basically helps you to not hold on to fatty acids. So it works with your fat cells to it helps suppress the fat accumulation. And again, this is all backed by scientific studies. In fact, there was a study that I'm going to mention to you right now. There was this meta-analysis of 15 studies that were done over about 120,000 people that found that eating 3 servings of whole grains daily was linked to lower body mass index and less belly fat. 3 servings of whole grains a day. And I know this is like totally taboo in this like kind of carb worried world that we live in, and they're villainized and they're so misunderstood. And we talk about, oh, it's inflammatory. Well, it's not. Again, another episode for another day. But this study, this was done to over 120,000 people, showed that people who ate 3 servings of whole grains daily had lower body mass index and less belly fat. So the fiber in plants, these short chain fatty acids, that's kind of the byproduct of the fiber. This is really what helps your body burn fat, lose weight, protect against obesity. So that's number 1. The number 2 way that I want to talk about how a plant-based diet can help you lose weight and protect against obesity is because it balances your blood sugar. plant-based diet helps balance your blood sugar. So these same short chain fatty acids that I mentioned before, that are the byproduct of fiber when it's broken down in your body, this affects multiple tissues in your body that helps improve blood sugar regulation. So you're actually help improving how your body regulates your blood sugar by eating more fiber because of these short chain fatty acids. This helps protect against glucose intolerance, which is kind of like, could be one of the precursors to diabetes or being pre-diabetic. It helps improve your insulin response in the pancreas. It helps actually suppress fatty acids in the liver and the tissue. So it's helping protect your liver and the tissues and keeps your body from holding on to too many fatty acids. And these short chain fatty acids actually have a protective effect that protects our blood sugar from spiking throughout the day, regardless of what we're eating. So it doesn't have to be just like at the meal that we're eating the fiber in. It actually helps protect it throughout the day. So if you're eating fiber, there was actually a study on this done too. Like if you were to eat, lentils, which are super high in fiber, that's what this study was done on. And then later on in the day, you eat like a biscuit or something, your blood sugar is going to be more stable than someone who ate something else besides, a fiber-filled food. So another, like a more processed food or whatever. So basically, it just has this protective effect over your blood sugar. And then way number 3 of how a plant-based diet can help protect against obesity is better appetite control. So your body naturally has hormones that tell you when to eat and when to stop eating, these satiety hormones, right? And when there's any sort of hormonal imbalance, your body doesn't utilize these as efficiently as they should. And in some cases, barely at all or not at all. Like if someone has a lot of hormonal imbalances, and I'm just mean like in general, like a general hormonal imbalance can be related to anything. These satiety hormones that help you feel full, they just don't work as well, right? So these short chain fatty acids that I keep talking about, these actually help release those hormones that tell you that you're full. So you're helping balance out those hormones when you're eating the fiber, which turns into those fatty acids, short chain fatty acids. So basically, it's like when you eat real food that nature intended us to eat, your body just works the way it's supposed to. And so it just like knows when to stop eating without overeating or, worrying about counting calories, whatever. It just tells you when you're full. And here's another really cool study that I wanted to tell you about for this. So there was a study done where there was 2 groups of people were fed 2 different meals, but each one of them were the same in terms of energy and macronutrients. So they had the same calories, same macros, which is, the same carbs, fat, and protein. They were exactly the same. But one group was fed a plant-based burger with tofu, and the other one was fed an animal-based burger with pork and cheese. But same macros, same calories. Now, the group that ate the plant-based burger experienced an increase of those hormones I was just talking about, those satiety hormones that help you feel satiated, that help you feel full. They experienced an increase of those hormones, and they had better appetite control than the people who ate the burger made with pork and cheese. Again, same calories, same macronutrients, but because of what that plant-based burger was made from, it was full of fiber, and which broke down into those short chain fatty acids. That helped increase those satiety hormones. Like you literally are balancing out your hormones when you're eating more plant-based foods. So those are just 3 of the ways. Now I could go on and, I'll probably do a part 2 and part 3 of this, but I wanted to get a little bit scientific, not too scientific, but I wanted to get a little bit scientific because I think it's important to know the underlying reasons of why things are the way they are, right? And to kind of clear up the misconceptions and explain things a little bit better rather than just saying, oh yeah, you can lose weight doing this, because you can lose weight doing anything, y'all. You can lose weight doing anything. But the question is it sustainable? Can you keep it off? Are you doing it in a healthy way? Are you damaging other parts of your body by the way you're doing it, right? And I'll have another episode coming up to talk about, I know it's, people are gonna argue, disagree, maybe argue with me, but just some of the downfalls of a lot of these fad diets out there and why they don't work. So I'll talk about that in an upcoming episode. But I think this is important. These 3 things that I listed out today are important to know so that you can understand the science behind why a plant-based diet is important and beneficial and how you can use it to help your body, right? So I hope you all gained a little bit of know-how in this episode. Maybe I give you a little bit of education for today. And if you have any questions, of course, you can just give me a ping on Instagram or Facebook. friend me on Facebook. We can have a conversation, and I will see y'all next time. Thanks, y'all.
Thanks for listening to Hopeful and Wholesome, y'all. If you found value in this week's episode, please subscribe on iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts, and leave a review to let me know what you thought. I love to know what you find useful in these episodes so I know how I can provide the most value I can to my listeners. And if you have topics that you want to know more about, I'd love to hear those as well. So shoot me a message on Instagram, Facebook, or LinkedIn. It's at the Hope Pedraza, or visit my website, hopefulandwholesome.com. Thanks, y'all.